Say call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rechakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this 100% truth. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this word in humility and sincerity, as commanded by Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. This is going to be a response video to this article, as well as a YouTube video. The article is entitled, Why Switzerland is Home to More Than 300,000 Bunkers. It was published December 23rd, 2022. The video down here, I'm not going to play it.
Looking for an easy way to get that LLC next to your business name? Say hello to Taylor Brand. You just go.
So it's a 30-minute video, but the title is Why Switzerland Has 374,142 Bunkers and Likely More. And Switzerland, if I'm not mistaken, Switzerland and Sweden is right up there as the richest countries in the world. You know, the richest countries in the world. Switzerland is right up there. So, in the elites, you know, the top Edomites of this world, you know, they tend to dwell in Europe. And why are they building bunkers? Because the scriptures tell you Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought is, and the there that is referring to is the wicked. Okay, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Right, so what nation of people went throughout the earth and named different lands after themselves? What nation of people was it? It was the biblical Edomites. Okay, America, for example, was named after Americus Vespucci. Africa, everybody knows, named after Leo Scipios Africanus. Europe, you know, even you know, like I grew up in a suburb of Cleveland called Euclid. That goes back to a Greek historian or somebody. Cleveland, you know, goes back to somebody. You know, all of these different lands, they all go back to, well, not all of them, but a lot of them go back to Edomites. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. So they build bunkers so that when in the day of doomsday, so to speak, the scriptures call it the day of doom, but they call it doomsday, which is the day of thermonuclear destruction upon America, as prophesied in the Holy Scriptures. You know, they think that they're going to escape that. Anybody that's on American soil, they're going to die. Every single person that's on American soil, I don't care if you in a bunker or not, if you in America, you're not going to survive. Nobody's going to survive in America. Now, that's why it's significant that you have so many bunkers in Switzerland. You know, it's significant that you have so many bunkers in Switzerland because the elect, they're going to be digging out these different kings and princes out of those bunkers. Let me just hold a few precepts. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3. It says, for out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which is Russia, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. So them missiles gonna make this place completely desolate. None shall remain in America. Nobody, not one. And I don't care if you got a bunker 100 feet under the earth, that shit is gonna get it completely destroyed, imploded. You're gonna be dead, buried alive. You know. But that's why they're building these bunkers, because they in their mind, You know, they're going to be the thing that continues humanity forever, even if they have to mix it with machine. Matter of fact, they'll rather mix humanity with machine and continue it forever that way than to continue man forever the way the Heavenly Father created. And this current state of the planet Earth is a testament of that. That's their stance. They rather rock with science than to try to rebuild the old paths. Psalms 49, that's because they put themselves in the seat of the Heavenly Father. It tells you that in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Nevertheless, it says in verse 12, nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perisheth. So, you know, no matter how much a man is honored, that man's going to perish one day. You know, and that's the significance of Yahweh Shai, because now there's a new outlook, you know, that men will not perish. You know, that the men of honor, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, the true men of honor, they're not going to perish. They're going to have everlasting life in the twinkling of an eye. But these Edomites, they're in honor right now. They're in power right now. Nevertheless, the Lord said, they abideth not. He is like the beast that perisheth. And they are like beasts, because without the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, you are pretty much a beast. And like I said, the elect, they're going to dig these people, these top Edomites, out of those bunkers. Let's go from Psalms 49 to Psalms 149. Psalms 149, verse 6, it says, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. That two-edged sword is going to be in the hands of every member of the elect. You know, Yahweh Shai, King David, and all the members of the elect, the 12 disciples. It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. So what is a chain? Everybody knows what a chain is. A chain is a chain. But what is a fetter? A fetter is chains for your feet. So these people are going to be completely shackled up. You Edomites and all you other heathen nations, as it tells you, I think it's at Isaiah 40, what is that? Isaiah 45. These nations are going to come, you know, with their face toward the earth, saying, surely the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is within thee. And they're going to come already in chains to us, you know. So it says, Psalms 149, verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, because that's what the Lord is coming to do. He's going to send his son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is going to send his son, Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is going to get vengeance for himself and for the nation of Israel. For himself, his father, and for the nation of Israel, man. The Lord said, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. And that vengeance is going to take place with slavery. We're reading it right here. The vengeance is going to take place by way of slavery. Psalms 149, verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right. And they're gonna hunt them out of those bunkers, man. Let me just get one or two precepts. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 16. It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord. And that's what we're doing right now. We're fishing for men, as it says in the book of Mark, the 1st chapter. Yahweh Shai made his disciples to become fishers of men, and we take on that same stead, okay, as students of the apostles, you know, a part of the school of the prophets. You know, we're fishers of men, Jeremiah 16:16, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. You see? And the reason why, like I said, they built these things is because they think that they're going to survive the nuclear destruction. And the ones in Switzerland, they may survive it, because Switzerland is not really playing a big part in World War III. You know, there are going to be a lot of people that survive the destruction. It tells you that. I think it's Revelation, the 19th chapter. You know, that the men that were not killed by the plagues. So you're going to have men that are not going to be killed by the plagues of all nations. even Israelites, but America's going to be completely wiped out. So if any of you rich Edomites planning to build a bunker in America, take my advice and take that shit to Switzerland. It says in here in Revelation chapter 6, this is the day of the Lord, all right? Revelation chapter 6 and verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. Right, the heavens departing as a scroll is talking about the mushroom cloud. Yeah, the mushroom cloud. And that when them bombs detonate, they completely change the atmosphere and the air and the molecular structure of the heavens, and you could see it. You could see how that force or that aura that you can see that aura that the missiles have when they detonate. So it says, Revelation 6 and 14, and the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of and the mountains and islands represent the governments. It says, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men, the everybody at the WEF, the top international banking families, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, your Bushes. Trump might get in there. I don't know if they're going to let Trump in. They might let Trump in back, though. It says, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Yeah, so you see Yahushua once again in the Heavenly Father spoken of as two entities. They wanted to be hid from him that sitteth on the throne and from the Lamb, two separate people. There's no Trinity. But anyway, it says, and said to the mountains, into the rocks, fall on us. Meaning what? They want to go into those bunkers and hide themselves within the bunkers and have the bunkers or have those rocks and mountains as a shield or a form of protection, so to speak, that as they think, And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from him that sitteth on the throne, from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Right, nobody's going to be able to stand that's going to be on the soils of America, as we just read. So you can watch this video. Like I said, you search this title. The article says, these massive structures were built. Let me start up. Switzerland is known across the globe for a few things, most notably cows, mountains, and neutrality. Despite the entire world breaking out into war twice in the early half of the 21st century, Switzerland remained neutral. Johnny Harris, a popular blah, 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 blah. All right. Okay, so this guy, Johnny Harrison, he's a YouTuber. He went to search out the bunkers. It says, these massive structures were built during the world wars into Switzerland's mountains in case Switzerland's neutrality was ever questioned. It is estimated that more than 300,000 are scattered across the country. I went to Switzerland to hunt for bunkers, something I've been planning and dreaming about for years. The result wasn't just a wild trip through the mountains. It was an uncovering of something deeper, the story of this particular country and the cost and benefits of choosing neutrality. So, they talking about how Switzerland is a neutral country. They don't really get involved in wars and everything. And so I guess as a defense mechanism, just in case that neutrality backfired, they built these bunkers, as precaution. But these bunkers, so those structures, he said they were massive structures. So if those structures have been there since the world wars, best believe those structures have been renovated. They've been utilized. And they, builders have come through and, like I said, pretty much kept that same frame and, just modernized it, man. Best believe the elites, they're not letting those bunkers go to waste. Why would they? Perfectly good bunkers. If you're an Edomite, bunkers is something that you should be very fond of if you're an Edomite or any heathen, really. But anyway, that's it, man. That's all I wanted to say real quick on this article. Just something real quick. Lord, when it's edifying, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rachach, Chodash, Wadi Haba, Hashem, Yahshua, for the Holy Spirit to bring out this lesson. I pray that it was edifying to remember the Lord's elect. Kwame Yashua, Shalom, Abba, Babah.